Hi, I'm Gail Banks. We're here at SEMA 2015. I want to tell you today about our iDash, and specifically about a new feature in the iDash. This is a panel that mounts it in your vehicle. There are a variety of ways to mount it. The screen size is 4.35 or a 7-inch coming as well. And this is a new technology for forced induction. For years, for decades, we've talked about boost as being that measurement. That was the holy grail. That was how much boost are you running? Well, I'm going to illustrate for you right here that boost is only part of the answer. Boost is the force forcing air density into your intake manifold. So what's really important is the air density. That's the weight of the air per cubic foot. Engines pump cubic feet. Supercharging or turbocharging is about making each cubic foot more dense, more oxygen. So why would you talk about boost and not know about air density? There's never been an air density gauge. Go try to buy one. It's so rare that I went to the patent office and found out there was no patent on one either. So I got a patent. Here's my technology. Here we have a gauge, which is a virtual gauge. And what I'm demonstrating here is I'm going to go through starting with a 580 horsepower naturally aspirated engine, and I'm going to turbocharge it, then I'm going to turbo and intercool it, and then I'm going to turbo and intercool it with ice water. So this is air density, 100% being standard sea level day. We're making 580 horsepower, and the intake temperature in the intake manifold is 75 degrees, and the density is 92%. That's about what it is here in Vegas. Now we've turbocharged it, we've brought it to 20 pounds of boost. Horsepower is 1,044. The air temperature is 262 degrees. Now we're going to go to the next level. We're going to intercool this with an air-to-air intercooler. So we're still at 20 pounds of boost. The boost didn't change, but now we're at 1,360 horsepower, and our intake air temperature is 94 degrees. Are you starting to get the drift? It's still the same boost, and we've got hundreds of more horsepower. Now we've gone to ice water cooling. We're 55 degrees in the intake manifold, 1,463 horsepower. It's still 20 pounds of boost, and the density is 230 something. This predicts power way better than a boost gauge. And as you just saw, with a boost at the same number, we had a 400 horsepower spread in power output. I might as well ask you your shoe size as ask you what your boost is. Because without knowing the air temperature and ultimately the air density, you don't have the answer. What does this give you? If you're going to buy an intercooler, or you're going to buy a replacement turbo, or you're going to put a billet wheel in the compressor where you had a standard wheel, or you're going to buy a different blower or change the pulley to boost higher. If it doesn't improve the air density, and I'm here to tell you, like on a Z06 Corvette or the blown Cadillacs, we've pulleyed them up, got greater boost and lower air density because the air got so darn hot. So what you get here is everything you need to know, including the density ratio. That's a multiple of the density where you are. So density ratio is 1 when you're at standard atmosphere, and increases. So that's another, at each step it's increased, but the boost is the same. The boost gauge is Stone Age. That's my message. And this, to me, is absolutely gearhead magic, because I've been a turbo guy since 1965, I wish I had this back in the day. It tells the truth. There's a lot of BS out there about products. Guys make changes. I've talked to guys that have pulleyed up a blown Camaro only to get lower ETs. By that I mean slower ETs in a quarter mile. If you're interested in this and the entire iDash suite, which gives you monitoring, fuel economy and analysis, quarter mile, braking analysis, forced induction, diagnostics, global position data, compass, carbon footprint if you're really green. Probably most of you aren't quite there, but we're doing it for the people with hybrid automobiles. This is universal. In other words, it'll work on any automobile or truck. So if this tickles your fancy, the entry price point on this device is $329. That's kind of the map price or transaction price on the internet. And the place to go to get this technology is summitracing.com.